What is up, guys? It's Penguin Diver here. And as you logged on to Nitro today, you might not have noticed anything different. In fact, a lot of people didn't notice anything that had changed whatsoever about the site. It was just a normal day on Nitro. However, contrary to that, a lot of things have recently happened on the site within the past 48 hours or so that seem to indicate big change happening, at least on Nitro, and hopefully spelling out possible major update change later on, but I'm not sure about that. So there are 3 updates slash events happening that I want to go over today, and they're all super important, and so, hope you guys get some information out of this. Anyways, let's get right into it. So the first one you guys never would have noticed if you don't do long sessions. However, a lot of people do long sessions on this website, and Nitro has introduced this anti-cheat software. Basically, here's how it works. If you see in this screenshot, a user by the name APTony41540K, whatever, got this message while they were going for a long session. It says, hey, looks like you are going for a solid session. Let's make sure you're human. And then you have to complete one of those recaptcha, I don't know what they're called, but the anti-bot thing, basically making sure someone is not a robot. You see them all the time. This has never really been seen before on Nitro. There's never been a pop-up asking to prove you're human or anything like that. However, I think this is actually pretty good, question mark. It's pretty obvious that Nitro needs some sort of anti-cheat, and as long as they're working towards making one or taking steps in the direction of, providing some sort of anti-cheat, I'm all for it. That's amazing. However, there's a couple issues. The first one is, there's nothing stopping someone from simply sitting at their computer and doing some other game, or some homework, or doing literally anything else, and whenever the pop-up comes up, they just do the thing, and then they let their bot run. So there isn't really much stopping someone using a botting program, and then actually just letting the bot, get the notification for the pop-up, and then once they get that notification, they just do it themselves, and then they go back to doing whatever they were doing. I'm pretty sure that would work. I assume it would work. So I don't think there's anything really stopping someone from doing that, but obviously people don't want to watch their bot go all day, so maybe some people will do that, some people won't. And the way I'm pretty sure that this works is if someone doesn't complete the recaptcha, or they X out of it, or they can't do it for whatever reason, right? It sends some sort of flag to their account, and then people from support check the account out, and then they decide whether to ban it or not. So it's not like an automatic ban, I don't think, at least. However, this does relate to something that has also happened recently. If you guys have paid attention to the leaderboards at all, you will see that a lot of people that were on the top of the leaderboards recently have been banned. However, there's some things that go into this. The first thing is, and I'm all for ban waves. I love it when cheaters get banned. That's incredible. The first thing is, a lot of these people on Discord have been proclaiming their innocence. This isn't unusual. Most of the time, cheaters tend to say, "Oh, I'm not cheating, guys." But a surprising amount of people have been claiming false bans and stuff like that. So I don't know whether all of the people who were banned actually deserved a ban. And honestly, there's a lot of uncertainty in the air. However, one thing I do know is that most of the bans were for 14 days, 2 weeks, which is a temporary ban. Now, here's why I don't exactly like temporary bans. In the case of a blatant cheater, if they get banned for 14 days, after 14 days they get unbanned. That's kind of how it works. And the problem with that is there's not really much stopping them from going straight back to cheating. Especially if they find some way to do it undetectably, right? So they switch up their method. Whatever got them caught the first time, they do something else, and then there's nothing stopping them from just going back to cheating. In my opinion, bans for if someone's blatantly botting thousands and thousands of races, they should permanently be banned. That's happened many times in the past to significant accounts. However, now that so many people are doing it, Nightstripe's actually decided to be less harsh, which doesn't exactly make sense to me, right? You would want to set some sort of a standard, right? If someone cheats, they get banned. However, if someone cheats and gets unbanned after 2 weeks, that's not really helping, because then they'll just go back to cheating, and it sends a message to all the other cheaters that if they bot, they can just get unbanned in a second, right? So I feel like maybe a bit of a harsher punishment could have been helpful, could have been needed, but at least they're trying, at least they they're taking steps to try and make this site less cheating. Trying to make this site less cheating, you know? And a lot of people have also been claiming false bans from the reCAPTCHA. Maybe they mess up on the reCAPTCHA and it like automatically bans them or something. I don't know how it works, and I would assume that the system's not going to be perfect the first time around. Right, this is something that Nitro hasn't really done before, so I assume there's going to be a couple errors, and hopefully that whoever gets banned for illegitimate reasons is unbanned, and hopefully whoever gets banned for botting, who actually bots, stays banned. That's just my hope. Next, I wanted to talk about an update that might not necessarily be the biggest, but is certainly helpful in quality of life. If you go to your settings, which is right under your username in this drop-down menu, you can see that at the top of the profile settings it says public profile page, and then underneath that it puts a link to your public profile. And now if you click on this link, you will be taken to your profile. And as you can see, now I'm at my profile. And so if we go back, this is a completely new update. This has not been seen before on this page. And the reason that I love this update so much is that the majority of Nitro players don't actually know how to access their public profile, or they don't know what the link is, or they don't know some of that. Usernames and display names and things like that can be kind of complicated to the newer Nitro player, and a lot of people just don't know how to find their profile link or their racer page or whatever you want to call it. And that's extremely annoying for things like giveaways where I need someone to put in their profile link so I can send them cash, and other instances where someone just needs to know who someone is. It's usually very helpful to be able to show who you are with a link. However, they've actually added something else on top of this. That is going to make quality of life pretty good for people who log in with Gmail. And thank you so much to Ultra for this screenshot. What? No, not that one. There it is. So here you can see next to account details, it says current login method Google. If you log in with a username and password like I do, you'll see that there's nothing here that says like log in with Google or anything like that. However, if you use your Gmail or Google or whatever it is to log in, it'll look probably something like this. And next to that login with Google thing is a button that says set username and password. This is a feature that Nightshade used to do with support. However, I think they've automated it to Nightshade. Basically, what this does is when you create an account using Google, it'll set a random username that's like 16 digits long, and it's a bunch of random letters and numbers, and it's really hard to, it's annoying to memorize. However, Nightshade has actually made a feature where if you have that Google login, you can set a username and password, and once you do that, you will log in with a username and password, and your racer link, which is what we talked about earlier, will change from that random 16 character or whatever thing it is to an actual username, something you get to choose. It's like the between 4 and 20 characters thing that everyone sees when they make an account. This is also a super nice quality of life thing because Nightshade used to do this feature on support, and it used to be a ton of work for support because everyone wanted to change their username because it was just annoying to have like a randomly generated username. And so now they've actually automated it to the site itself, so you can just do it yourself whenever you want. The problem with that, or no problem with that, sorry, there's no problem with that. I love it. I think it's a great feature. It's just a nice feature that helps people out. The one drawback is that you can only do it once, and I've seen that. It's in some screenshot. But basically, you can only use this feature once. So if someone changes their username to something that they might not like, they're kind of stuck with it. However, they're in the same boat as everyone else. You know, I changed my username to... my username when I first started my account was Boppy7072. Like, who wants that? And so I eventually got an admin to change it for me, but that's kind of beside the point. The point is, this is just a nice quality of life thing that people can use to, you know, make their username something they actually want instead of just a random, like, generation of characters and numbers and stuff. So quality update indeed. In this video, we went over the recent bot wave that happened, including some people claiming that they got falsely banned and others not getting falsely banned. Oh, thank you for the cash. As well as the fact that them getting banned for 14 days may or may not be a good thing. Secondly, we went over the recent update which forces people to prove they're human if they try to go for long sessions. This is some sort of an anti-cheat that hopefully will help make the site a safer place and a less cheater-friendly place because, you know, we've seen over the past couple months it has been pretty cheater-friendly. Something that I didn't mention earlier that I would like to is that a lot of botting accounts, especially very blatant botting accounts on the Hall of Fame for speed, have not been banned. So even though a lot of people were banned in this recent like ban wave, a lot of people that definitely needed to be banned, such as these 5 accounts, have not. So it's kind of a win-lose. Like, some people were banned, that's good, but other people that needed to be banned weren't, and that's less good. Thirdly, we talked about the recent update where you can change your Gmail and login to a username and password login, which is great, and you also have a button to find out what your profile link is, which is also pretty nice. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Hopefully I told you something that you might not have known before. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to write a very long, ranty comment about what you think about all these updates. I love hearing from you guys, and user feedback is probably one of my favorite things to do on this channel. So let me know what you guys think about all of these updates in a comment, and I'll check it out. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, and as always, have a wonderful day. Peace.